Like this game is just weird with kind of like its directions. You kind of have to rely on, like when you don't know much, you have to kind of just rely on the fact that you'll wander around and you'll eventually find the area that you want to find. Because that's exactly how I felt when I did it for the first time. Because I was just so confused on where to go, and often I would end up running in circles so many times. I always thought there was like something behind where I am now in the town. There's like this little, because you can always like destroy bushes, but there's one in the town, and I can't destroy it because it doesn't allow you to attack in the town.
I'm at a point where, like, I have literally no health, and if I get hit once, I died. But it respawns me with literally no health anyway.
Yeah, that's how the kind of annoying part with checkpoints. That's why I always try to have like full health before I move into the next part, because I'll end up having no health when in an entirely new section. You'll run into like a bunch of new enemies, or just enemies in general, and they'll all just pile up on you. When you get the
How am I supposed to get those stupid yellow boxes if they're really far away?
oh, like
Or-
normally like if you walk to the edge of a platform and you see one, it's normally just hinting to you that there's like a way to get to that. Like I mean, like I could walk to like the edge of a random platform and see one. Oh, I just fell off. But yeah, but it's kind of just hinting to you that there is one there. It doesn't mean you can get it from that point though. Like say, for example, in the west area, there's like near the starting area, there's kind of one that it hints at, but you don't get it until you like a little bit after the starting area, because you have to move on to the next area and then find a way around it.
Oh, you seriously have to go all the way back? Oh, how much? There's no door opened. How convenient.
I think the hardest boss is probably, I'm trying to remember them. Probably the west boss. Oh, it's between north and west. I technically don't want to count the south ones because, well, I did just say it in plural. So yeah, there's multiple bosses in the south area.
Yeah. It's like playing on like the hardest difficulty when you only have one life. The entire game.
Oh yeah, the hardest difficulty you have two health. Yeah.
So stupid, because I have to fight like 3 of those stupid frog people who throw like jars of like things in a row.
Yeah. If you hate projectiles, you can, when you get back to the town, you can always get like there's an upgrade. You can either get the sword deflect one where you deflect projectiles. There's this also this other one that you get later, where while you're dashing, you if someone hits you with a projectile while you're dashing, it the projectile doesn't count it as damage and it takes part of your energy instead.
You mean the purple stuff? Pink stuff, I mean. Inside
The
your energy or...
No, you don't. Well, if you don't have like anything that costs energy, the energy bar doesn't show up. So now that I've got the multi dash now, so it shows me my energy bar. But right now for you, because you haven't got any upgrade that requires the energy bar, then you don't see it at the moment. Most of the like dash attack upgrades are kind of really bad, because say for example, like you're in the middle of hitting something and you want to quickly dash away, you might end up accidentally doing a dash attack which takes half of your energy bar. So it kind of like, while you want to do a normal dash, you end up using half your energy bar when you want to use that for something else. Sometimes this game just feels like it's against you.
Before I fight the boss on 1 heart.
Oh, if you get to like the big boss door, there's like loads of health around, except there's a bunch of enemies around those health kits. There's like 4 of them, and like right next to the door pretty much, but you have to fight some enemies to get to them.
Oh, I didn't know that in those boxes there were yellow things. God damn it.
By the way, just I don't know if you are, but just some advice. If you see like a normal breakable box, always destroy them basically, because there could always be a health kit in them.
Yeah, I've just learned that now.
It will be disappointing when if you find a secret, because there's loads of secret areas, but there's different types of secrets you can find in this game. There's obviously you can find one that just. Oh, did you? Is it like
Yeah, it's like a
like
big
a
rectangle box or something.
Yeah, I was about to start explaining those as well. Those are called like monoliths, and they essentially kind of like tell the story about the game, and you have to try and collect. If you want the full like, it's not. It doesn't really tell the story of the game. It gives you kind of like some brief history, like of the game. So if you collect all of them, then it gives you. If there's like another secret area that has like a list of them, and it just gives you like the entire story basically.
Yeah. Yeah, last
Or
time.
the entire history. But yeah, I was about to say though, it's like disappointing when you find a secret area, but it ends up being one of those monoliths and not like health or an upgrade point.
Ah, great! It just had to be a frog who throws those stupid bottles.
Yeah, the bottle ones are annoying just because of. Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Wait,
No.
how did I die?
Oh god damn it.
When you die, do you like restart from the checkpoint? Like, as in, do you keep all your like heart life things?
Oh no, when you die, you go back to exactly like where it saved. So if you saved with, let's just say, one health kit, and you had like 2 hearts left, and that's when it saved, you'd come back with exactly that. Oh, by the way, when you pick up items, it doesn't save when you die. So I mean, say if you go into an area, pick up an item, and then you die, you have to pick up that item again, because the save kind of works as not like it doesn't work as an area save. It works as a game save in general. So it saves that exact state of the game. It does become annoying at times when you're trying to like, if you're like, especially if you're a completionist and you want to 100% the game. If you end up dying, you have to go back through the entire area to find every hidden item.
Yeah, I beat it. Jeez.
You beat the boss?
But as soon as I like defeated it, I got blasted away, and then a bottle was literally right on me. I was like, "No, please don't kill me! Please don't kill me!" Yes.
Yeah, I think the frog, like each enemy kind of has like their signature attack. I think the most common one in the frog area is the bottle one. That's like their 2 damage attack, the one that does 2 damage to you, because every area has to have like a kind of monster or boss or anything that has an attack that does 2 damage to you. Because if everything did 1 heart, it would be so much easier to avoid everything and win. I think what's worse than 2 damage attacks though is just being generally surrounded by like multiple enemies in general. It doesn't matter whether or not they do 2 damage or 1. It's just if you get surrounded by multiple enemies and you don't have a grenade, that's gonna probably cost you all your pots, or you're probably gonna die and have to go back.
So, oh shit. Oh god, I'm having a seizure.
Oh, you're in the cutscene?
Oh no, I died.
I'm pretty sure the crows are imaginary as well. The character imagines them as well, because they disappear after you wake up.
It'd be pretty funny if he was just going insane and nothing actually happened.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but you know the guy who you like see, the other guy who's like you. Well, they're called in this game they're called drifters. I don't really fully understand everything, but I mean all I know is that
sense. High-flight drifter.
Yeah, but essentially, pretty much all I can conclude is that he has like the same sickness as you, because as you go along, you start seeing, like, say for example, doesn't matter which area you go to, it's because he has the north, east, and west. You meet him in each area, and it doesn't really matter in the order, but he gives you like how I guess you could call them cutscenes, but it's really just pictures of like what he's telling you. It doesn't matter which area you go to. Say if you go to the north first, you'll still see the first cutscene. If you go to the east first, you'll see the same one because it's just the game, and it's like, oh, you came to this area first. We'll just give you the first cutscene. But yeah, it's if you like stand next to him for a little while, he starts like coughing and or coughing up blood like you have. And as the game goes on, you kind of understand how, well, pretty much, yeah, you both have the same disease or whatever. I don't know what you'd call it.
So wait, where's the multi-dash?
If you go in the store, there's a store with like 3 little like kind of like level ups, kind of.
Oh, here it is. Here.
Yeah, and go into that one, and it's the first thing it lets you buy.
Oh, I need 3. Oh, I only got 2.
Uh,
I'll see.
the only things that cost 2 are like the really useless upgrades, like ammo upgrades, or not the grenade. The grenade costs 2. The grenade costs 2.
Okay, which way should I go next?
You can either go north or west. I've gone west just because I know it's the harder boss, so I just want to get that boss done with.
Okay, I'll go north then. Keep it interesting.